Hi guys, this is Mike Sinnott, the guy that started the Telos open source project. I just wanted to make this video for you all so you can see how to use Telos to connect to your Asterisk installation, how to configure that, and then how you can use it to originate a telephone call using the test client which is included in the Telos project. So we have some prerequisites here. Obviously I have an Asterisk installation set up here. My Asterisk box is running on Linux on my local network here. It connects out through my broadband out to a service here in Ireland called Blueface, and then Blueface allow you to ramp out onto the regular PSTN network from their services. So I have an account with them, and that's how I do all of my my VoIP telephony through them out onto the regular network. So that's the Asterisk installation. On the Asterisk installation, I have set up a SIP account for doing testing with. And locally here on my machine, I'm using the X-Lite soft phone. So there's X-Lite right there. And that phone is connected to an account on Asterisk called Telos Test. And I'm just going to show you that. What I'm showing you now is just an SSH shell onto my Asterisk box, and here at the bottom you can see I've got a SIP account set up called Telos Test, and standard stuff. I'm not going to try and tell you how to configure your Asterisk box in this video, that's not the purpose of it. So yep, there you can see I've got Telos Test with the username and secret and so on and so forth. So this is now collected, this SIP phone is now connected to my Asterisk installation on that SIP channel. The other thing I need to show you is that I've got the Asterisk management interface on my Asterisk box is configured, so Telos can actually make a connection to it to control it essentially. So right here I'm showing you the very bottom of my manager.conf file in the etc asterisk directory on my Linux server where my Asterisk service resides. And I've also used the same username here, so you can see I've got this configuration section set up here. Telos Test will be the username that the Asterisk management interface uses, and this is the secret that it will use. The rest of the configuration is just IP addresses which are going to be allowed to connect to the Asterisk box. So I'm going to go right ahead here into Telos. I'm going to drill into the Telos project. This is the Telos project within the Telos solution, and here's the Telos test client project within the same solution. We're going to be going into that in a moment and using it to originate a telephone call into Telos. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up here, and I'm going to open up the web config file, because in the web config file this is where we configure all of the Asterisk installations that this Telos installation can connect to. And I say all the Asterisk installations because Telos can attach to more. It can attach to more than one Asterisk installation. You can configure as many installations as you like on here, and Telos will allow you to connect to all of them. If you've got 20 Asterisk installations, you configure the 20 of them here. You can connect to all 20 of them. Telos will do that. So just to explain, here in the configuration we have a custom configuration section defined to hold our config. All the code for that is within the project, and just right down here is the configuration section itself. And for the purposes of this demo, it is this particular configuration that we're interested in. So I'll just go through what we've got here. So each configuration has a name. Eirvox local, this one is called. We're going to be using that name in a few minutes to actually originate the call. You'll see why that's important shortly. There's the host. That's the actual, my Linux server on my local network is on that IP address. So that's the IP address of the Asterisk management interface. And here's the port of the Asterisk management interface. That is the standard default port that Asterisk listens on. I haven't changed it. I could have changed that in the manager.conf file, but I didn't. And here we can see the username that we're going to use that Telos is going to use to connect to this Asterisk installation, and here's the secret it's going to use. Now we're just using secrets in the clear for the moment. Asterisk does support a challenge and response password system for the management interface, but I haven't implemented that in Telos yet, but it's something we need to do to make sure that the connections are secure. But right now we're using passwords in the clear. Okay, so you can see the username and the secret there. I'm just going to click back in here to manager.conf, and you can see that that username and secret here, Telos test, applies to this, and here the secret applies to the secret defined here. So there we go. Not to labor the point too much. And then we've got some other bits and pieces. We've got the timeouts and so forth configured, whether to auto connect or not. That's not actually working in Telos. I haven't actually coded anything up around that, so this doesn't do anything. It's not used right now. Prefix, if you want, you can put a prefix in here. Let's say you're connecting to an installation where you have to put 9 before the number to get an outside line, as it were. You can put whatever you like in there, and whatever you put in there, Telos will put before the number when it goes to originate a call. Now this is the context within the Asterisk dial plan at which the within which the call will be originated. Now that one there, Machete, don't worry about why it's called Machete, that's just a private thing. I'm showing you here now my extensions.conf file, and here are all the extensions I've got configured within this Machete configuration. Okay, so when we go to originate a call in Telos, this is the section, the dial plan within which it will be originated, and then whatever number we dial, whichever extension here matches the number most closely, will be used to dial the call. This is all standard Asterisk stuff. If you've configured Asterisk, you know what I'm talking about. And then within this, within whichever extension matches the number we go to dial, this is the priority at which it will start, and it's just 1. I'm not really all that great at configuring dial plans. I'm sure there's a good reason for being able to start this at a different priority than 1, but I've never found one yet. I'm sure if I thought about it I could figure it out, but so it's going to start at 1. So let's say we were to dial a regular Irish mobile number, which we will be doing in a moment. This is the extension at which the call will be originated. So all Irish mobile numbers begin with 08 something, so hence the this match here. There's the priority, and then we'll run this function. We're going to dial an IAX2 on Machete to whatever number is supplied. But that's all standard Asterisk stuff. If you've configured Asterisk, you know all that. So there you go. That's how you configure Telos to talk to the Asterisk management interface. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to just run Telos here locally in a debugging session. Now we're not going to step through the code. That will be far too tedious. I just want to show you how it's possible to originate a call using Telos. Now I've made my service the startup file in that project, so hence we get this nice little file here presented in the browser, and if we were to click on this, we'd see the WSDL exposed for the services that we've got defined on that interface right now. And right now we've only got a single operation defined on that, and it's called Originate Call. Now it doesn't want to show me that for some strange reason, but we're not going to worry about that too much. What we're going to do now that we've actually got Telos running locally, we're just going to click in here to the Telos test client, and you can see that Telos is running on port 2915. If you look in the bottom right hand side of your screen there where the cursor is, that little IntelliTip tip is telling us that Telos is running in Visual Studio's development server, and it's listening on port 2915. And I've already configured my Telos test client to listen on localhost 2915 and to connect to that. So the test client has a proxy to the Telos service. That's already defined. I've already got that set up. I'm not going to go through setting up a proxy. You know how to use Visual Studio. You've done WCF coding. You know what that's all about. But what I am going to show you is this is just a really simple test harness. Okay, this is what we're going to run. And now you can see here, that's just doing some setup. Telos does a callback into whatever client is talking to it to provide information. So as the call progresses, Telos will make callbacks into the client to say, okay, I've logged in, I'm originating the call is in progress, the call is hung up, and so on and so forth. And we'll see all that in action in just a moment. So this is setting up the local context, the callback, and this is the Telos service client here. We're just instantiating one of those, and the originate call operation on that client takes a call info object, and the call info object has just these three members: the AMI connection name, the channel, and the number. So what are these all about? Well, the AMI connection name, this Eirvox local. Now, where did we see that just a few minutes ago? Well, we saw that in the web config file. That is the name that's configured in here in the web config file, right there. So this is how the client tells Telos which Asterisk installation it wants it to make the call through. So whichever installation this name is connected to, this is what the client would make the telephone call out through. So there we go. So it's going to go out through my local Asterisk box. This is the local channel that we want to connect on the local side of the call. In other words, this is the channel of our local telephone handset or our soft phone or whatever we're using to connect to Asterisk locally. And if you remember, I said I was using an X-Lite soft phone. Here it is, and it's connected to a SIP channel on my local Asterisk installation, and it's connected on the channel called Telos test. So then, using the correct naming mechanism, the channel that we're connecting to is SIP/Telos test. So that's the local channel that we're going to connect on. And then this is just the number that Telos is going to dial for us out through Asterisk, and Asterisk is going to connect to that for us. If you remember, I said my Asterisk box is connected out through my broadband service to a company in Ireland called Blueface, who then ramp all of my VoIP calls out onto the standard telephone PSTN mobile network. So we're going to be able to make a call to that's my mobile number. We're going to be able to make a call in a moment to my mobile number, and we're going to hook up my local X-Lite soft phone to my mobile as a demonstration. Okay, I'm not going to go into this too much. You can see it's a really crappily written test harness. It just sits there forever, and just gives a little bit of time back to the CPU, but that's just so we can it will stay in memory for us, and we can see some stuff happening when we go to originate the call. Okay, I'm just going to go right ahead and run this, and when I run this in another debug session up here, you're going to see the calls coming back from Telos as the call progresses, as the originate call request progresses through the various states of logging in to Telos and Telos making the call and so forth. So I'm going to start that right up there, and it opens up a console interface here, and you can see, and what's happening there now is that this is Asterisk ringing my local channel, which I now answer. So now the call has been originated, and that's actually making the call out to my mobile, which I've got right here in my hand. And there, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's the ringing tone. And now I'm just going to answer my mobile. And now that phone is answered, and we're getting a little bit of echo on the line, but you can see that the call is now linked. And I'm going to talk into my mobile, and we're going to get some horrible feedback. But anyway, there we go. So that's enough of that. And now I'm gonna hang up the call. And when I hang up the call, you're gonna see that the call is terminated. That was when I pressed the hang up button on my mobile. So that's it. That's just a very quick video on how you can set up Telos to connect to an Asterisk service, and then how you can use the test client to actually originate a call. And then if you want, you can then step through Asterisk's code, through Telos's code, I beg your pardon, whilst you're originating a call, and you can see how it all ties together. So that's it, guys. I hope that was useful. I hope it was informative, and I'll be doing a few more videos over the next few days, and I'll post those as soon as I have them. Okay, thanks a lot.